The fifth critical choice I made was to finally embrace my boundless capacity to give love the verb, the action, the choice, and to receive love from others, to actually accept what they wanted to give. Now, giving love or receiving love, the verb, the action, I think manifests in different ways for different people all the time. And we've interwoven this in our entire conversation. When you think about giving love or receiving love, the verb, the action, what are one or two ways that that manifests in your life?
It's so much of it showing up. Like I have a good friend from one of my good friends from church. We're in this small group. Our church encourages us to break up into crews where you have like you meet with 2, 3, maybe 4 people, the same gender. You try to meet with them once a week, and you're on a text thread and you check in with each other, let each other know when you're struggling. So one of my buddies sends out a text to us saying, "Hey man, my daughter was just in a bad accident. We are in, she's going into the MRI shortly. We're at the hospital." And when I get that text, the request is that the church is, pray for me. But I get that text, and I was out, and I was like 10 minutes from the hospital, and I was just like, you know what, I'm going to go over there. And so I got there, and I texted my buddy, and I said, "Hey, I'm in the ER waiting room, praying for you. If you have a time, I know you probably don't have time, but if you have time to step out and say hello, let's do that." And so he comes out, and he has 4 kids. And so 3 of the other kids come out and said, "Look, let me take them to go get milkshakes just so they can get away from this anxiety. And we'll come back. And then you and your wife can have a little private time." And so, the funny thing is I used to see my dad do that all the time. And that's the thing you do that's what you do. If somebody's hurting, you show up. If somebody has surgery, you just, you like in the South, you make a casserole yes. And you show up at a casserole. And that's my buddy Mike, who is a coach of mine, and I run the trails with him. When he had surgery, I just said, "Okay, let me drop off something." And it's not about the food, of course. It's about fellowship and letting somebody feel that love and support by just bringing a meal over. And it doesn't have to be as complex as making a meal. But I think showing up for somebody in person is so critical. And if you can't do that, even making a phone call, like I'll call people on their birthday instead of just posting on Facebook or whatever. And they're floored by that. They're like, "What, how, does your phone dial up?" I mean, people just don't use their phone anymore. And so that's, just these connections, as human as it can be, meaning in person. By that, I mean, just being there in person, or at least making the phone call versus just a post. That just is so, oh my gosh, it makes all the difference in a relationship.
I appreciate that perspective across our whole lives. That example of the manifestation of giving love can show up personally, professionally. It's a choice in every interaction we have with a human being. And you said it perfectly, and I'll just repeat it. That's about relationships. Tim, you showed up when I asked you if you would invest your time with me today, not only your time, but you, the whole you, and sharing, how about this? Giving me your love and receiving the love that I wanted to give you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate you, Trish. I'm very grateful for your friendship. I'm grateful you took time with me Monday, I guess, and yeah, thank you so much.
Well,
I really appreciate
how about this to everyone, to those that follow the Choose and Become interview series, and those of you who are new to the show, I am happy and honored for you to be along this journey with me as I continue my journey to enduring success and bringing Tim Washer along the way. You'll have all the ways to get in touch with him when you see this on LinkedIn. Check out Follow the Fear, his TEDx talk. And there could be more Tim and Trish, T squared, coming up along the way. Thank you, everybody. Choose and become. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Choose and Become interview series. To check out more episodes, go to www.trishkendall.com/podcast, or go to any of your favorite podcast channels, including YouTube, under Trish Kendall Speaks, and you'll find this interview and more. Choose and become.